it was said that there aren't any arguments or responses to the evidence of people's experience of reincarnation. I'd like to be able to put forward some of my personal experience. Um, Several years ago, I practiced yoga, and through various breathing techniques and physical exercises, I was spent a lot of time in meditation and had various experiences. One of those experiences was whilst I was deep in meditation, I was aware of being in a crowd of French-speaking people, and I was watching this crowd as they saw somebody who was executed at the front of the crowd on a guillotine. I also saw a priest being murdered as well in a stream, in a river. It wasn't long after that that I came across some books with the pictures of the killing of Marie Antoinette, that I realised that that was a part of the scene. At the time, I believed that that was some form of reincarnation, but subsequently I've become a Christian, and I've reviewed my views on the basis of the biblical teaching of the resurrection, that we all live once and then we face judgment, and that there is the resurrection to life and the resurrection to death and hell. So how do I understand those reincarnation experiences? And I studied at university with Brian Gates the whole idea of hypnosis and regression, and people having experiences of former lives from hypnosis. The theory that I put forward now is that, just like this record player that has the needle that you pull over the record, and it engages the motor and turns the record around, but doesn't engage with the needle on the record, but hangs above it. So I think through meditation, for example, one example would be the one hand clap. Forms of meditation and opening of the mind, but not engaging the mind, causes the brain to open, just like the motor that with the record player, but the needle hangs above it. So with, for example, the one hand clap, your brain is taught to disengage. It's engaged, but it's not in gear. It's not actually functioning. And so my proposal is that instead of the soul of the individual using the brain, another spirit enters the brain and is able to use the brain, a spirit of the air. In Christian terms, this would be a demonic spirit, an unclean spirit, would use the brain and put forward in the memory an experience of a former possession or control. So the spirit enters the mind as it's open. And this would relate to the idea of hypnosis. The mind is not engaged, as well as in meditation. The mind is not engaged, but it's open. And therefore the brain, a machine that could be used by a ghost, is taken over and given the impression, given the memories of the former, of the spirit that has now taken control. And that would work, I think, on the basis of the Christian doctrine of unclean spirits and demons, and the mind being open to the spirit of the air, the spirit of darkness, the prince of darkness. That's my proposal then for reincarnation. I see that reincarnation is something that can be experienced as as the idea of a spirit entering the brain, using the brain. It's not the individual's spirit, but it's another spirit that uses the brain. Thank you.